How to safely use the Wallenberg car seat. First, we'll be talking about how to use this car seat rear facing. Then we'll talk about forward facing. The Wallenberg car seat is to be used when your child is casted in a hip spica cast. First, we want to fit the harness to your child. Find a safe, stable location within your room, such as the bed, to lift the car seat onto. With 2 adults, you'll want to place the child onto the seat. You'll notice there are many different wedges, including this hammock here. These wedges are to fill space to make sure the child is comfortable. Once you've determined if you need any of these wedges, or if any of the wedges can be taken away, once you've filled gaps in space, then you will determine how tall the child is on the harness. Remember, this is a rear-facing car seat, so the belt needs to fit at or below the child's shoulder. When determining where to place the child's seatbelt, notice the spots on the back. 1, 2, or 3 can be used in rear-facing mode. For this particular setup, the child will be using the 3rd spot. If you do need to move the harness, have one adult safely remove the child, while another adult flips over the car seat. Here on the back of the car seat, you will find the splitter plate. Remove one side at a time. Pulling the thread to the front, now on the front, you'll take your loose harness and go through the hammock, wedge, and seat in the slot you have chosen. While we're here, notice the buckle. This clip is connected to the front of your car seat. It attaches to the crotch buckle. Notice the crotch buckle has different spaces. Make sure your crotch buckle is as close to the child as possible without being under. To move this piece, take the buckle, pick it up, make it flat, and push it through the hole. On the front side, this will allow you to pull the buckle to the front. Placing the buckle in the hole that is closest to the child without being underneath of them. Pushing all the way through until you can see it on the back side. Pulling through until it falls flat. Now that you have your harness secured to the splitter plate, you can turn the car seat back around. Your second adult can now add the child again to make sure our harness is fitting correctly. It is best with this harness to start at the top, buckling and pulling slack down as you go. When buckling the crotch strap, make sure it goes over the hips. This particular harness tightens on each side of the hips independently, pulling nice and snug on one side and the other. You know that your harness is tight enough when you can pass the pinch test on both hips, not being able to pinch any webbing at all, and at the collarbones, not being able to pinch any of the harness webbing. Lastly, you'll want to make sure the chest clip is at armpit level. This is how the child should ride in the car. Next, we'll talk about how to install the car seat in the vehicle. Rear facing, notice the silver bar lays flat on the vehicle seat, and the sled bar is pushed back onto the vehicle seat back. Much like a conventional car seat, you'll now take the lap and shoulder belt, placing them together to go through the belt path. Make sure there are no twists in your belt. As you go through the silver bar, both yellow loops through the silver bar again and into the buckle stock. Now that your car seat is buckled in, you'll need to lock the seatbelt. Pull the seatbelt out all the way until it locks. You'll hear it click, and you can give it but not take it. Next, you'll need to pull nice and tight. Push down on the car seat while pulling up on the vehicle seatbelt. A trick to get your final tightness is to pull the top belt only near the buckle stock, taking any slack you find and pushing it up into the locking retractor. You know that the belt is tight enough if you can hold on to the belt path and give the car seat a handshake side to side and front to back and have it move no more than 1 inch. When you're ready to travel home with your child, make sure you're passing that pinch test and that your straps are nice and tight. If you would prefer a confidence check with your installation or how the child is fitting in the car seat, you can reach us at the safety store, 515-241-6706.